hear you say ba 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 da ba 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 da ba 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 da ba 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 da ba 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 da ba 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 da ba 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 da. Crazy at this thing called love, just what I've been dreaming of. I can never figure out, oh, how you do the things you do. Is why I'm so in love with you. I like the way you make me smile. Boy, you give me butterflies. And when I look into your eyes, I'll see the future, me and you. That's why I wrote this song for you. I-L-O-V-E-Y-O-U. I-L-O-V-E-Y-O-U. Just want you to know what I think of you. L-O-V-E-Y-O-U. Baby, you've got what it takes to make your girl say L-O-V-E-Y-O-U. If I met you in another life and you asked me to be your wife, with grace and a smile I say, yeah, always now and forever. You be my one and only lover. Cause I like the way you make me smile. Boy, you give me butterflies. And when I look into your eyes, I'll see the future, me and you. That's why I wrote this song for you. I-L-O-V-E-Y-O-U. I-L-O-V-E-Y-O-U. Just want you to know what I think of you. L-O-V-E-Y-O-U. Baby, you've got what it takes to make your girl say L-O-V-E-Y-O-U. Ba 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 da ba 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 da ba 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 da ba 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 da ba 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 da ba 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 da ba ba da.
Good morning in TGIF. Thank God it's Friday, June the 2nd. Can you imagine? We're out of May already. June the 2nd, 2023. We woke up this morning with heavy hearts. I have a heavy heart because every day I look at my country, Liberia. Every day I look at the sufferings of my people. And we try to find solutions. I would pray that God would give us some answers to these pressing problems we have. And yet we see more and more that the same people that put us in all this mess are the very same people, time and time again, showing up and wanting to be kingmakers. Why? Why? Let me bring on Mr. Samuel Wicker from Liberia. He just came on so we can hear what's happening. What's up, Sam?
Good morning, Rod.
Man, Sam, I'm in trouble, man.
What's happening? Because
everywhere I turn, man, I hear Ellen Johnson Sally, Ellen Johnson Sally, Ellen Johnson Sally. Everywhere you turn, man.
Ellen is involved in Liberian politics at the highest level.
Because she knows she messed up. She knows that there's a possibility she might go to jail.
Right.
And she doesn't want anything to come up during her lifetime to hinder her legacy. But her legacy is already messed up.
They already messed up, yeah, because we know what's going on, and we have a written document on that.
And
Yes,
besides,
we are compiling all the information.
and even besides that, son, just the mere fact that this woman gave our country to George Weah is indicative of how wicked and treacherous she is, man. How she want to bring our country down to nothing just to achieve her own personal greed and ambition to be the first female president of Africa. Is it
Now I gotta understand that Ellen going against Talbot is to bring Liberia down, and that's what we're seeing today. Yes, Ellen going against Talbot regime is to bring Liberia down, and all involvement in politics as a mother of Liberia, of politics and of credit because she refused the senatorial seat when during the 85 election only because Doe was corrupt. So if you say Doe was corrupt, but under your regime, that's a problem. Then after the regime, you usher another group that plundered this country into a mess. So what I believe is that Ellen actually really want to see Liberia downfall.
But Sam, for an educated woman like this woman is not a small woman in the world. This woman is highly educated.
Mm-hmm.
Talbot brought her into prominence in our country. She betrayed Talbot. The coup. She betrayed Doe and all of them. Now she is president of Liberia. She knows one of the very permanent things she used against Talbot was nepotism.
Mm-hmm.
All cried on Talbot about. Oh, nepotism, you got AB, you got your daughter and Wookie, and they cried on Talbot. And that was one of the main reasons that people rose up against Talbot. To see this come in this day and age and put all her children over our money and our national security, and the Liberian people accept it. The very reason why we went to war and killed Talbot, because of nepotism. And what kind of nepotism was that? I mean, that was nepotism for true, because he had A.V. Talbot there, he had some of his family in there, but these are the things we fought against, man. And to see the scene, I mean, this is raw deceitfulness. When we say our people deceitful, this is it in a nutshell. This Ellen Johnson said it. And that why she can't go away, because she know people like me will not let her rest.
So should we say is it deceitful or is ironical? Because irony, when you go against this person and say it is bad, the same person after 1 or 2 minutes you bring him back on board. It's ironical.
Irony is a word that doesn't really depict or show what this woman is. When you talk about irony, you talk about depicting situations. When you talk about deceitfulness, you talk about the nature of the woman. Okay, this is not irony. This is the nature of this woman. She is deceitful, she is wicked, and she is evil. And because of her own selfish needs, she caused 250 Liberian people to die. This is what started the Civil War. She was the biggest supporter of the Civil War. When Claire Johnson or Emma Johnson came to me and to try to convince me to join him to come to overthrow Doe, that was the first name he called. He said, Rodney, we got Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. And that's the first name I rejected. I told her, I said, hey, my man, you crazy? Ellen Johnson said, then he called Charles Taylor. I said, oh, Lord, where you going, man? The same people we're trying to free our country from, that the same people you want me to follow. And Sam, this is what happened in our country today. The very same people that destroy our country, the same people leading our country. How can that
That's
be?
a fact. That's a
How-
fact.
That's insanity. How can that be? And you see that what got me pissed off with America, because America knows no country in the world can exist when people who have killed majority of the people, the same people you take them and put them where the people said you lead us. The country can't survive. These people are outlaws. Prince Taylor and Prince Johnson working as civilians. He's an outlaw. Ellen Johnson said he's an outlaw. Why you think she keep interfering in our politics to have it her way? You know, and only we in our country suffer, man. We are suffering, Sam. Look at educated young men that you supposed to be in government, helping to build our country, helping to teach our people. Yeah, you are struggling. It's not right. It's not right. The people who are supposed to be struggling are the people that serve in our government. Can't read, can't write.
But the Senate is responsible, for the kind of oversight. They are just they are doing nothing at all to improve the system. The Senate,
the people
because they only have a brown envelope.
You got warlords and economic rules there from top of time.
See, Dillon discussing corruption in the Senate. Dillon is discussing corruption in the Senate. See, can you imagine that? And they are in majority. Those who are fighting for the right of the people, they are in majority. I mean, in minority. So those who are plundering our country, they are in majority.
No, I mean, they're not even fighting for our people. Those that know better. Those that understand what it means to be a leader in our legislature. What it means to make laws, to have oversight. These people don't know what it means. You think Prince Johnson know what it means to have oversight? A man who not kill up the people and not rob our nation for years. What he know about oversight? What that woman Butu know about oversight? The woman that was selling the market that they made senator from Bapalo. What she knows? What she know about oversight? What they know about governing our country?
So once the country is illiterate, the country is ignorant. That way you find these kind of people, come here as senators, representatives, because our Liberian people do not know who to vote for and why they should vote. They don't understand. There's a need for intensive and what should I call it? Progressive awareness.
Sam, even we educate the people. Only the leaders of our country can change our country. Because if you study American history, they will tell you, even one time, one of the presidents, I can't remember who I read his thing. I can't remember whether it was it John Kennedy or no, it wasn't Kennedy. It was one of the most recent president of America, not from way back, but one of the young guys. You were running for president, the same thing. Well, the first time he ran, he lost. I didn't know if he was running for senator the first time. The first time he ran, he lost. So the second time he was running, he wanted to run the same way on principles, on values and all that. One of the old guys called him, he said, my man, what kind of values you want to run on? Look at the guys, you people, all the people will get drunk. Yeah, he said, my man, the people been in America, the people been through the same thing we've been through. Or some of them still going through it. So the guy told me, man, buy the people liquor. When you make the people drunk and they elect you, then when you get there, you can change minds. But right now, the people's minds are conditioned to get something before you win. In order to let you drink. So spend your whole thing on drinking. And that's what the guy did. The guy took all his campaign money and just bought booze, man. And he won. And he won. He won. Now when he got there, he had the opportunity to change the people's minds, to change their perception, to change their ideals. Because all they knew was, hey, man, let's go boo, there's our time to have fun. Let the guy money to General Liberia, that jail it was. And this guy was running on principles, talking about platform and all that. Look how they had time for that thing. All they want to booze. So one old man called and said, man, you can't see, look, I got time for platform. When you get there, then you talk about platform. But right now, get the position. Buy the
Get the
booze.
people.
Yeah. So the guy went and took his whole money and bought booze. His whole campaign money, he just bought booze and made
That's
everybody
another good strategy.
there. And those guys came from drinking, straight from drinking to the election room. Oh,
And
man,
and because of ignorance.
yeah. That's still going on today, my man.
Yeah.
You make people drunk, you make people high, they go vote for you.
You get a couple rest, they vote for you.
We see all the guys came with our money up country from. Look at the kind of money those guys divided, man.
And we can't even see it. We can't even see the kind of currency around
I
the
tell
new.
you,
We can't even see
the
it.
money those guys divided is not even distributed in the country yet.
No.
This is new money they just got in the country. And only 2 or 3 of them got the handful of that money. And our people see this thing. You see, I was listening to Spoon TV to Darren Dillon. The same thing I'll be telling you, Sam. The purpose of this show is to make the people aware. It's to educate them, to change their minds. It's not about power. Let other people talk about power and election. We are here to educate the people. Whether they want it or not, they will come to realize it. That education sets the stage for good political choices. When you are informed, when you know better, you can vote better. You can vote your conscience. But if you just want to go elect a leader based on booze and things like that, then there's no need in us even talking. Because the man with the booze will win the election. You
No,
know,
sure.
okay? And that's what those guys doing. So they know the people want money. They want to know the people want it. So they take all our money. Can you imagine? All the money those guys got have not been distributed through the central bank. These guys just taking the money they just made. They just printed and dishing
Everyone
out.
got their own. Everyone got their own safe.
This is not right for our country, man. How can a country exist like this?
Mhm.
Huh? Every government official got a bundle of money that is not a part of our money system, monetary system. You just take money, make money to go run campaign with the people money and no money in the country. The money in the country we get this money. And you see, the stealing so bad, Sam. They say we need $34 million or whatever it is to resettle our economic system. Then they want to print 48 million. If you need 34 million to do what you need to do, why are you printing 48 million? Why the access? Why? Can our economy sustain that kind of money? Because whatever money you print, the economy got to be able to sustain it. Can we sustain it? We can. People just go around printing any kind of money they want to print.
I tell you.
Our economy is totally bankrupt, man. It's totally broken down. Totally broken down. How do we fix this thing after these guys? How do we fix it? We got to go after the guys for our money. We got to go after Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. She can't escape. And that's why I want to bring to the realization of the Liberian people. When people rob our country like this, we can't let them get away with it. No matter who they are, we got to go after them. They can't get away. This is not a club we're running. This is not a charitable association we're running. This is a nation. And our people pay taxes. Our people pay the hard-earned taxes. This is what run our country. You know, when our poor people in the huts and in the ghettos and things like that are forced to pay hot tax and all these kind of things. And they pay their wedding taxes. Then people come and just misuse the money and abuse it. It's not right. It's not right for our country.
So that's how Labrador gone now. We must accept it because I mean when they say orientation, it comes from your parents, your forefathers. So the kind of orientation, but we know from the 80s, from the 70s, from the 60s, when Tubman was a leader, he did not even set up some strict measures to curb down corruption. But he himself was involved in massive corruption. That's why today we are facing the problem. Orientation, the basic foundation for this country.
But Sam, a man changed our laws from 2 terms to stay there forever. You think
Hmm.
and that corruption right there? You think you come in a system that has existed since 1847 until 1900s. Tottenham came to power 1947, 1900, right? This Liberia has existed for almost a century before he came into power.
Yes.
Then he changed the laws. We had every president served 2 terms from 1847 until 1900s when Tottenham came. Then all of a sudden you start changing our laws. You said no, 2 terms too long. Let's into 3 terms. Then 3 terms, they said no, that change to stay there for as long as the people vote for you.
So they come in the House, the very Senate, because he was part of the Senate. The
Yeah,
very Senate. So today we are experiencing it.
you might imagine I told you, I said all the people in our House and Senate were put there by my grandfather. They were the chiefs.
Hmm.
My grandfather then didn't intend on using these people to enrich themselves. Why you think Tottenham killed them? Because they were thinking differently. My grandfather felt that to tax the people, for them to pay house tax, hot tax, and all of that, they got to be represented in government. They got to have a say in government. And
Hmm.
at that time, the only people educated to speak for the indigenous people were the chiefs. And when the chiefs spoke, that was it. So he brought all the chiefs into power. And that hurt our country too. Why? Because when Tottenham took over now, he made chieftaincy not hereditary. He made it political.
Hmm.
You understand? Because all the chiefs were in the house coming down, they started appointing chiefs. Instead of the chief being the son of the first chief and the son of the third chief and all of that hereditary, they started doing it by appointment. Governments are appointing chiefs. So that lost all the significance of the chiefhood because the people had no power over the chief no more.
Hmm.
Okay? So the chief came from the president. The president was appointing the chief. And that's what we are today. The government appoints chiefs for our country. So everything political.
The political.
It's no more hereditary. Whereas hereditary is the people respect that this family is the royal family. The king, the next king, everything will come from this family, from this one seed. But when you make it political, it lost that significance. You have no more royal family. You have a political family now.
Hmm.
Anybody can fit that role. So that's what the politics does to the chieftaincy. It changes it to where the president control everything, all the chiefs and everything. And that's what Tubman did. You know, by killing all the influential men, the Coleman and his brother, Ben Freeman, all the people that he had here in Liberia at that time. He got rid of them. The people, other ones that weren't so powerful, like what it was, Albert Port and all of them, who was a little teacher and things like that, he put them in jail, deprived them of their jobs, deprived them of the daily bread. But you see Albert Port used to walk around with his briefcase.
Hey, Matt.
Yeah, he lived in a suitcase. He lived small with all his teaching material and his mat and his clothes. because as soon as he writes something against Tottenham with Jay, so they were catching him right off the street and put him in jail. So he was always walking around with his clothes, his spare clothes, his suitcase. I remember I read one letter that Aberport wrote to Tottenham, telling Tottenham how he wasting the money buying yacht and just traveling all over the place and wasting the people money and things like that. And Tottenham was talking wrote him back. Say, yeah, you can talk all of that, but you're a little poor little teacher. You don't understand the work I'm doing. I plenty of work. I got to travel to take leisure time off from the business work. But you are a little teacher. You're a little small salary. He went off on Aberport. The letter, a historical letter. So I read a letter. I was just laughing. I said, Tottenham, he just went off on put, man. He said he pays a little poor teacher pay. He doesn't understand the job of a president. So sometimes the president needs those yachts and things to recreate themselves while they're thinking about government business. So that's why he bought his yacht and all of that. But Put wouldn't understand it because Put is a little petty teacher.
But Put was saying the right thing, man. The people money. You buying yacht, you don't satisfy your own desire. And you must get down to the people.
Go away for so long, he didn't care no more. He didn't
So
care.
Aberport was right.
Yeah, but he didn't care what Aberport said. Tottenham control all the indigenous people. All the Monrovia boys were scared of Tottenham. All the Congo boys who thought they had power, they were scared of Tottenham. Hey boys, Mike Tishi, all of them. They were the boys, man. They were running the show. And who want to deal with all the indigenous people?
And they say Tottenham had the voodoos who were fair, and before they been knocked down, Tottenham had the most powerful voodoo in the country at the time. So that's why they were afraid of him.
They said the same thing about Turbo. What happened to Turbo? Turbo died. And Turbo had more. He had the voodoo plus the church plus the society. Turbo was the chief for everything. The head of the church, the head of the country, the head of the poor society, the head, oh Lord.
Of Masonic.
The Masonic, that guy was just, he liked position.
That's education.
He liked position.
When you the one-eyed man that can see in the blind community, you always do things that in your own interest.
Position. Then they go have the contest for the rice contest. He win that one. Yeah.
Yeah, he brought water in Africa, in Liberia. He was powerful. Turbo was powerful in a way.
Yeah, Turbo was highly educated and smart, man.
And smart man. And Turbo was helping to improve the country because water came to Liberia, the West Africa Rice Development Agency. They were at Ejiro. It was Turbo that brought them. And the very senior Barker was then a director. He was managing director of the APMC. It was Dora that came to power and made Barker minister. And later on, he went as ambassador to Sweden. So Turbo was kind of instrumental. He was very involved in agriculture.
It's true that we need a change. It's true that we really need a change, Sam, because despite the fact that Turbo was doing good, the sense of the country was that we're going back to this Congo country era, where they're dividing our country. We're striving towards unity, but yet there was one element of our society still enriching themselves at the extent of the mass of the people. The mass of the people were not really enjoying our country. And still, we look around us, the mass of the people not enjoying our country still. Because the people that took our country were copycats. Instead of changing the system, they came and copied the same thing.
Yeah, copycats. Yeah, they copied from the same old regime.
Yeah,
and it felt that it was the right way to follow.
No, and what's so bad, but it's they don't know how to copy it right. They're copying wrong. All the things they're doing wrong. In the old days, the people stole, but they left some.
They
These
let some.
with the steal, they don't leave it. They just
They
steal.
kept they kept the corner stable.
Yeah, they kept the corner stable and they kept things developed and moving. But yet they
Mm-hmm.
stole more. You know, we could have caught them. We should have caught them and punished them. But and because of that lackadaisical behavior and attitude we had toward corruption, this is what we're suffering from it now. Because the
Mm-hmm.
people who lead our country now do not know when to stop. Their stealing has no limit. They will not say, I will steal some and leave some for the country or for my boys. No, they will come, I will steal all. Give me all, let me run with it. And
Because they have the power.
that's not leadership, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's beyond selfishness, that beyond,
Abuse of power and all that.
yes. It's beyond all of that when you just go there and take for yourself and you don't consider that other people gotta steal too. So if you steal all, what if people will steal?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? So they will start squeezing the poor people. Then when you look, we got civil unrest because you stole everything and didn't leave nothing for the boys to steal. Now they gotta be squeezing the poor people for more. And the poor people already ain't got nothing. So our country just being destroyed, man. But how do we have this thing? You know, our people gotta come awake. They gotta awaken themselves, man, because America can't do that for us. Look at how the U.S. president, the U.S. ambassador just coming up and talking. Why you think he's doing that? He's trying to make our people aware of the consequences of the situation in our country that's so bad. But the people so illiterate and so backwards, they can't grasp what this man is trying to tell them.
A collabo society, that's it.
Yes, the same thing we're trying to teach them, that the power to change our country is in the people. Darrell Dillon said that during the Spoon Show last night. He said the same thing. I've been talking, because now he realizes it, that no matter what the powers that be do to
Mm-hmm.
our country, it can't change. It got to come from the Liberian people. We as a people got to show patriotism. We got to show loyalty. We got to show love. It can't come from Joe or we are or all of them. No, they don't own our country. We got to stand up to these people. We got to make the determination that our country must change. It got to come from us. When we make that determination, then our leaders will get the message. Then our leaders will understand what the plight of the Liberian people is, what the struggle of the Liberian people is. But as long as we sit back and we let these guys do what they want to do, we let people come and disrespect our government, disobey our laws, try to steal from us consistently, and we take it because we're scared of tear gas. We're scared of being killed. Our country will die. Our country will die. Look at all the people that fight for change in their country. They don't care whether they die.
Mm.
All they know is enough. And change has to come. You know? Look at what Trump did to all the Americans that stood up for that fraud guy. You know? Throwing riot things all in their midst.
Yeah.
You know?
So the second issue is the Supreme Court summon the Minister of Justice and the Minister of Information on the drug trafficking case.
But they're also
So
trying to hold Rodney here in contempt.
yeah, because he reported what is going on. So they did not want to expose any secret, so they will hold you in contempt.
Not only did he report it, he said that You said it. He said
Mm.
us were bribed.
500,000, 500,000 was this among people.
The court wanted information now how these people got bribed because they were supposed to be sequestered. That means they're supposed to be locked up by themselves. Who bribed them?
In a separate area, yeah.
Who bribed them when the bailiffs were supposed to be in charge of them? So Judge Brahmo now, he wants to know that not nobody's suing Rodney C. them. Nobody's suing them.
Mm-hmm.
That a judge bringing this contempt charge against them because they're saying that the court is corrupt. The jurors were tampered with. So if the juror were tampered with, the judge wants to know who did that.
Hmm.
But Rodney C. then said they're not letting their souls out. They can't wait.
Mm.
You get jail.
Yeah.
You get rid of them. But the mere fact that those people got away on a not guilty verdict, something happened. So don't come after us for money, to release our sources to you.
But you gotta be very mindful because this drug case is international. It's not just a Liberia, issue.
What?
Because it was America that tracked the drug
We
and
did.
told the American authority, the Liberian authority, this drug is coming on soon to continue. So it's international when it comes to crime investigation.
Doesn't matter
So
what.
what they are doing is very detrimental to this country.
It's international, but the law is Liberian law.
We
So
agree.
we look at the Liberian law and evaluate it on that standard.
Mhm.
And if you go to hold Rodney Chesson in contempt, Rodney C. in contempt for a whole staff, everybody in the office,
The entire house.
has this information, we know something went wrong, man. We know, like you're saying right now, all the international people know about the evidence they gather on this case.
Mhm.
Even the American ambassador come out and talk about it, the evidence they have again, and there was no way these people could have just gotten off like that. Or some kind of punishment or some
Mhm.
retribution. Then you come and just let it go. It's free. All the evidence they have, you say you just this evidence, then let them go get the money back and all.
Something happened somewhere.
That would be people,
Some fishy thing happened somewhere.
and the judge himself should be concerned. The judge himself should be concerned. So instead of trying to punish Rodney C. and his group, he should be concerned as to know how these people got off.
But besides being concerned, he should be worried. Because what I gather in recent time, McCarthy is not taking this drug thing lightly. The ambassador, the American ambassador. So the George Blamo Dixon must be worried, not just concerned,
Sam,
but worried his own fate.
why you like to do it there? Why you like to do that? We're trying to strengthen our Liberian people. You talking about McCarthy?
Yeah, but the American people they didn't want told the Liberian government about the drugs.
But they're the one got the Liberian government in power.
Ah.
You got to be a fool to think that the same people supporting this government, talking against the government, will do anything to the government. What they will do to the government? The government pushing America interests. You think if George Weah wasn't pushing America interest, George Weah will be president today?
Mhm.
George Weah, they're not stupid. They understand the game. Do America stay in power. You can do anything in your country, to your own people. You can kill them. Once you give America what they want, America will not change you. America will talk, but it will not change you. Look at me and all the other dictators. Where the people had to run them out of the country. Where the British and all the people didn't say about Idi Amin. And they kept
But they
it
move on. But they move on Gaddafi. They move on Saddam Hussein when they got ready.
because those people were supporting rebels. They went
Okay, terrorists.
overboard. But when you're killing your own people, they don't care about it. But when you start interfering, what you think they move Taylor for? Taylor start messing with blood diamond in Sierra Leone. Start playing with the British people diamond. Why you think they didn't come in Liberia? It wasn't the son of the British people. The British people didn't care about Liberia. That the American people trouble. So
So
all the British people wanted to do. You see how they divide Africa? It's still going on today. In the 1800s, they called it. They had a meeting to divide Africa. It's still divided today. You see, when Taylor crossed the border to go to Sierra Leone to deal with the diamonds, the British people wanted him out. So they punished him and said, "You go back to America." But the America didn't want to punish Taylor and all of them because Taylor was doing what the Americans wanted them to do. Despite the fact that they were killing our people, they were ripping the country off, they were giving America the resources of Liberia. America will not overthrow you for that. Come on, man. Just stop being stupid. This is international law, international status. America want our resources. They want the president that will give them access to it for free. Why would they move George Weah and George Weah giving to them for free? Give them free access to everything they want. How you think Tottenham stay in power for 25, 30 years? He was giving America and Britain and those countries everything they wanted. So he was a good guy. You know, he wasn't rocking the boat. You know, whatever they gave for Liberia, he was taking his share, killing the people that were causing trouble and keeping the other people down and submissive. Once there's no noise, everything is okay. Once your people not rioting and fighting, the country is safe. Keep it quiet. That's all. And that's what guys were doing, keeping it quiet, killing people.
And that was America's interest.
Because they were getting the diamond, gold,
because once you go against American interest, what happened in Libya, what I read on CIA, once you go against American interest, show that you're going against CIA interest, they will get at you.
I'm telling you, the sending in Sierra Leone, you go against the British interest, they will get at you.
They get at you.
They got chased Charles Taylor out of Sierra Leone. Why didn't they went after Charles Taylor? Because they didn't want him. They said the shit you did in Liberia on the Americans, it will not happen on the British. We'll run you out of Sierra Leone.
So I try to understand the role of CIA. Are they there to improve the system or destroy? Because what I was reading just quite recently about Bob Marley, or this ex-CIA commander killed Bob Marley, and said because Bob Marley was singing against the interests of the West. And once you go against the West, it means you're going against CIA. So that's the reason that they killed Bob Marley. I read about it.
Now in the CIA, you got to remember now they got the North Atlantic Treaty Organization.
And NATO, yeah, I know.
So that involved Britain, that involved Switzerland, that involved all the white nations on this side.
So CIA play a major role in that.
So all of them got their own security. They got MI6 for the British. You got CIA. All of them got intelligence. They gather information from. They deal with terrorism and protecting the country from foreign enemies.
So are they saying that whatever they say is what the world follows? Because once you go against them, you go against CIA. The entire world, because once you go against them, you show that you are an enemy. So because everybody must follow them. That's what they're saying.
They are the most powerful nation in the world. Who has the greatest toys wins the game. Right now.
So let me ask a question now.
In the early days, why you think they call America Babylon? Because in the early days, Babylon was like America. It was the strongest nation on earth. Everything went through Babylon. So America today is the strongest nation on earth. Everything goes through, everything America says goes, you know. And that's why when I did international law, me and my teacher used to have a hell of a time fussing, man. My teacher, luckily, he used to tolerate me. He was a teacher called Teacher Mo. Every time he taught me, I could not accept the fact that it was international law. He said, Chesson, why you can't accept the fact? I said, because it is, first of all, the Security Council of the United Nations, there was no black nation there. How you tell me we're equal? When the strong arm of the United Nations, no other branch of the United Nations got power like the Security Council. That's the power of the United Nations. And no black man on that council. Only the powerful white nation, Russia, China, Japan, America, Sweden, so white people.
Industrialized countries.
Yeah.
So because they suppress Africa now,
So
and they
who would take care of me? You want to tell me that all the white people know about how to care for Africans? They make us the children of the world. What the hell make me children? To some dumb white man. Huh? I would be his kid. You know, the feel they have to take care of us because we're Africans, we're running wild, naked. Yeah. And still jumping from trees that Tarzan, running behind Tarzan. Hey, Tarzan, let's go, brother, let's go. Yeah, there's swings. There's all us swinging from the trees and all shit like that, running behind chimpanzee and orangutan and all that shit. But
so
and
Africans
the part about it, we don't change their mentalities. Look at all of y'all in Liberia. Y'all can't do nothing without the international community. The ambassador from the United States of America got to try to run Liberia from America.
But he's running Liberia. You got to talk before Liberia government even move.
But that's why
You have to talk.
That's why I tell you, what does that tell us? We are not men. We're not going nowhere. We can't expect nothing better in life. The black Americans not any better. If the black Americans were better, you think Donald Trump would be doing all the things he's doing? Look at in Florida now, they want to stop black people from studying black history. What is that? That's insanity. You want to?
How can you stop us? How can you stop black?
They want to stop all black books, all black knowledge in Florida. That what the people. You haven't listened to the news. They want saying that black people ain't got no history and things like that. Or black history don't exist.
So people coming from Africa to go there, not a history. It can be told. People from Africa going to America, going to the New World.
People do anything they want to do because they got power to abuse. So they don't care about nothing. They just do it because they got the power to do it. And that's why I'm telling you, I never believe in international law. Because the powers that be will support the poor nation that they want to support. If you got no money, you got no military, what you say to the people, you can't say nothing to them. They will support who they want to support. They will make up the lies to support who they want to support. They can make up shit.
So, Tina Turner, I was reading her podcast. She said Africans are lazy. Tina Turner, they are lazy sort of people. That's why they're not developed. What do you make of that? That musician, Tina Turner, American musician, Tina Turner.
I'm waiting, because you see our system of governance have caused other people to dominate us so much that we have lost consciousness of who we are and where we stand. So when it comes to work, she doesn't understand because the same thing happened in America. So if Africans lazy, then black Americans lazy too. Because all of us are enslaved people. So we are eye servants. We feel enslaved. Tina Turner married to a white man. You think black people want to serve white people all their lives? She's making plenty of money. So I bet you all the people that are working for her, or all her perception of African people is that they're lazy because that's all she sees. But she doesn't see the plight of the people. If she said African people lazy, she doesn't see the plight of her own American people. What do you say about American people here? If you say African lazy, we have the same struggle. Our struggle no different. The Americans think they're different from us. They're not different, Sam. They go through the same bullshit we go through. It's just that this society is on a bigger scale. So for us, we can see all the problems because we're all a small nation. But when you look at this country on a bigger scale, there's no difference. You give black men the chance to rule this country, they will suppress each other. They will rob this country blind. They will do the same thing. They will do the same thing. The white people do that too. The white people like us now, right? They're the Congo people. They're robbing the country, but they keep it small for the country to survive. You put black people there, you know what will happen in America? They may take all the money and run too. You don't know that.
But
But
most white consider black guys as gangsters in America.
because we have the same history, that just ignorance. They're not gangsterism, that ignorance. When your mom not educated, your pa not educated, you will not be educated. Only a few people break through the cracks. And this is what happened. You come home, your mom sitting on the couch drinking beer, your pa sitting on the couch smoking a joint. That all you see all day, from day, morning to night, they drinking, sitting on the couch. You become just like that too. You now want to go to work. For those that go to work, they go to work when they come home, they are locked in a cubicle. Their level of advancement is limited. So that's why we fight each other. Because there's no mobilization. There's only a few small room to advance. So when Africans come and they see we're smart as them and we can excel as them and do the job that they can do, there's jealousy and animosity. Same thing in Liberia. There's jealousy and animosity when other Africans come to our country that can do the same jobs we can do. But until all of us as a race become self-sufficient, we'll go through this thing. The same thing I try to tell my brothers in America here. It's just that in America, they have the opportunity and the money to change their lives. And they can do it, but then they like us. They don't see self-sufficiency as being independent workers. They feel working for big companies is the way to go. So you can never be independent like that. When you grow up all your life, you want to work for Westinghouse, or you want to work for IBM, or you want to work. So you have no ambition to do things on your own. Your whole idea of life is to work for white people, to work for big companies. So at that rate, you can never see your own power. That's what black people can achieve, because all of them grow up, they want to work for industries. They want to work for big companies. They don't have no concept of, hey, let's try doing this ourselves. Let's try building this car. We are all engineers. Let's build this car. Or some of them doing it, but they do it for sports. They don't do it to market it big time. They don't understand that there's a market in Africa for this kind of thing. So they compete with the white people here instead of understanding. That's why I try to teach my brothers who are Alpha. I belong to the Alpha Association. I try to teach
You mean you mean that Rotary Club?
it's not Rotary, it's a school club where you use
Okay.
is for people in college and things like that. I try to teach them that, hey, we can take this other year. We don't have to compete with white people here. We can take this market to Africa. All we need to join with other African brothers that will make the market accessible to us. And we can go there and do our own thing. But when everybody growing up with the idea that they want to be working with BET or with CBS or with ABC, and they have no concept of being independent, of doing it on their own, they can never get out of that cliche, out of that clique of finding their own footing, their
Mhm.
businesses. And it's out there. It's out there. But when everybody want to work for big companies,
Mhm.
other people don't have the access to money. Everything is money and cash. You gotta have access to that kind of thing. You know, so until we get wise enough to know that we can do certain things on our own, black people will gravitate to the big companies, and that one we never do nothing for ourselves. Why you think the black community integration hurt the black community? When they say we can integrate with the white people, it hurt the black community too, because separation. You can only go to black doctors. You can only go to black mechanics. You can only go to black engineers. So that made black people proficient.
Mhm.
You could see black professionals, but after integration, you can go to the big companies. Why you want to go to Sam Worker carpenter shop when you can go to Walmart and get the latest carpentry already fixed and set up? That's one of the big stores in America that are selling
Mhm.
all the thing.
What my girl?
Yeah, so when you go there, the tables already fixed up, vanished, everything. Why would I want to go to Sam that would take 2 weeks to make a table like that when I can just go to Walmart and buy the table that I already made in 1 hour?
Mhm.
So the big
Already made.
put the small businesses on the power. It's 8 o'clock, Sam. Let's conclude. What you got to say before we go?
Yeah, Liberian politics is my concern. Politics, the way our politics is going on, I'm afraid. We hope that nothing bad happens because it's getting worse. Up to now, people are still campaigning, and NEC is doing nothing about it. With all the restrictions that nobody should campaign and blah blah, all the penalties that she talked about, people still campaigning. So where are we going?
Somehow our country will be a land of no laws, man. No
It is
law,
a land of no law
no laws.
because once the laws are on the book but are not implemented, there's no law.
There's no laws. Everybody do what they want to do.
Yeah, nobody afraid. NEC will threaten you once you in power. Nothing you can do. You see what happened, Coach, is threatening ministers, powerful ministers, the Minister of Justice, Transport, that little boy.
But I didn't want to
So
put
there's no
them.
law.
They don't want to put them in power, Sam. I told you that man talking as the Secretary General of his party. And the party, the one that put the minister and the Secretary General, all the people in power. And he's the Secretary General of the party. So
But
he's not,
at least he know that he's trying to ridicule his own party.
no, he not ridiculing his party, he's ridiculing those people that the party appointed to government positions. He's saying that they are traitors to the party. You know, he's saying that how did other companies get fixed too? License plate. Huh? It
But
must
who give it? A
uh,
government. But the man pays money to. He pays a tax to get his plate. So
well,
why should you stop him? So you blame the minister?
that one of Koji's problem. But anyway, it's 8 o'clock, my brother. We talk tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay, you take heed
We
of
hope tomorrow is Saturday. We hope there's fresh news because from yesterday it's the same old thing about in the political thing. So we hope that
yeah,
we have some.
yesterday, front page Africa is still being held in contempt.
Yeah, the whole star must appear. That's Liberia. Thank you so much.
Okay,
We
sir.
hope,
Talk tomorrow.
yeah, tomorrow. Have a blessed day.
Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's my program for this morning, man. You know, we've been through a lot, the Liberian people. Since 1980 to today, we've been through a lot. A lot of our people have died innocently on BS. They have died, man, for nothing. For tribe, Congo country. What all the kind of negative thing in our country about, man? We are one people. You think when I look at other people, I look at see you and you got tribe written on your face? No, no. The only reason why we can distinguish between each other is because the language barriers, man. And that because of education. It's nothing hereditary. It's no human trait that will make us better than the next person. Just opportunities, man. And it's time for us to change. It's time for us to get awake, man, and change our lives and our destiny. And start letting people like Ellen Johnson, Sally, and come and just dominate. We can do better than these people, man. Why they gotta dominate our lives and just make us our living hell, man? Why? Things gotta change in our country, man. And only we can do it. So, y'all have a good day, man. Let's think about what we say because everything matters to us. We can't take our lives for granted no more. And that's why I try to teach you. The time of the people is now. Have a good day. See you tomorrow.